Hello everyone, Cornkid here. Finally getting back into playing, posting some videos, and I just got Dark Souls Remastered. Uh, as anyone who's watched my channel or my videos before will know, Dark Souls and the Soul series is one of my favorite sets of games of all time. Maybe the favorite of all time. And so, when Remastered came out, there was basically no chance I was going to not play it. And so I finally have time to play it. And I'm literally just starting from scratch in this game. And so, yeah. Because I know the most awesome thing ever when you're watching a playthrough game or video is to watch EULAs. I particularly love this regarding EULA violations part here on the bottom. I did start playing this game on the PC yesterday, or 2 days ago when it first came out. But they basically are like, hey, if you cheat, hack, or mod, you might get banned. And on the PC, that's a much bigger thing, because like the first version of the Dark Souls on the PC was really shitty, and so mods were a super important part of that. Now, when I play, I like it to be on the brighter side. Go with default and everything else. And this, I'm not sure what this is all about, because this is very similar to the PC, and there's like, you can remap the buttons, which is kind of nice. Alright, so, I've been starting a lot of my characters off with this name lately, just because I think it's funny. Weak noob. Alright, then gender. I go with female. Now with the class. I really like sorcery builds because sorcery is OP in this game, or at least it was in the original. And it looks like so far this game has been very much like the original. But there's something to be said for starting off as a deprived, because you get 11s across the board, which is kind of cool for your stats. You can start at level 6. But the Pyro at level 1 gets pretty good stats across the board too. You don't get much for Faith or Dex, but you know, you can basically do whatever you want with this game in terms of like changing how people, or how your character is. So you start as a cleric and then become a pyromancer. You can start as with how you level up or something like that. The thing with the sorcery build is that if you do the OP sorcery build, which is my favorite sort of starter build, is you get casting of, or you get one soul arrow already when you start, and you also start with a catalyst and a dagger, which are all really good things, I think. You don't get much for resistance, strength, endurance, but again, you get to attune 3 slots at the start. Your dex isn't that bad, so it doesn't take long to be able to use bows. So I'm gonna actually, do I want to do it? Sure, why not? And then the other thing is, when you start off, the master key basically lets you open up a lot of areas that you don't have access to very early on. So I often pick that, but it also, like, so it's good for doing a lot of runs. But I'm actually going to do start off with black firebombs. And so I'm basically going to go through the game in the progression that you're supposed to go through it when you play it, as opposed to being able to open up everything with the master key, which, again, I'll probably do a different character, do the master key, who knows, but you can buy the master key later in the game too, is the other thing. I always pick very slim female characters, a lot of choices on this. It doesn't really matter what you pick, obviously. The hair, I like usually going with the pigtails just because I think it looks funny. And I like the red color on this, so. Alright, while the cutscene rolls, I'm going to turn my mic off.
The world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
let's do this shit. So all of these messages here are just basically messages that the game developers left to help the uninitiated with the controls, because this is how Dark Souls does its tutorial level. And they don't start you off with much. They start you off with a broken sword, basically. And you'll see here in a second that this really is my first playthrough, because I should get an achievement for this. Boom. Alright, now in this in the game, so you might ask, why did I pick black firebombs? So they're one of the hardest achievements in this game is getting all the rare weapons, and one of the weapons that you need to get, you can get by killing this first guy here, first boss here that you meet when all you have his fucking broken ass sword. Thank you, game. But if you pick black firebombs, you can do that. Bye-bye. And you get the hammer and the humanity. And a bunch of souls. But if you don't want to fight him, like, this gate opens up over here, you just run past the gate. But black fire bombs are the key to making that easy. You could hit him with the sword and kill him that way, but you only do like 2 damage or something to him with the sword. So now it's time to go get my shield. Oh, get out of the fucking way, idiot. Now, the shield is not great. It is a parry shield, though, so it's kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know if the other classes have the ability to wield that weapon right off the bat, but like, yeah. So, well, look at that. I got my dagger. So now I have a parry shield, dagger. Screw that straight sword hilt, and some black fire bombs. Oh, wait a minute. There was a message over here. How to change weapons and toggle items. Yep. How to backstab. Boom. I love the dagger because the dagger has a bonus to the backstab damage. There's the fog. The fog looks pretty in this game. Now, backstep and rolling, super important in this game. And if you look, when you first come up out of here, you see, hey, there's a knight in there. Looks a lot like that knight that dropped me the key to get the fuck out of my cell. And there's also a little stairway here. You can open this gate, so if you happen to wind up fighting people, say later on in the game, hint, you can have a shortcut to the bonfire instead of having to run around every time that you want to do something. So how on earth do we get that guy out? Oh, big ball, move, boom, shakalaka. And just because we can, we are going to take care of this jerk who's... You see, straight up, the dagger doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Oh, shit. Wow. That was not good. That, on the other hand, was awesome. Alright, now, let's find out what's up with you, son.
You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite.
He's not getting there, man.
Oh, and
That's your healing pot. And also the keys to get out of Dodge.
now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. And thank you.
There's the death sound. He's gone. He can help you no more. You even get souls for him dying. I love that. Two-handing. Woo, two-handing a dagger. It's awesome. Kicking's good for breaking attacks. It's awesome. Now, get our drink on, heal up, and do the next part. Yeah, this revives enemies so you can kill them again and again. Now we've got a catalyst. Booyah. I'm a sorcerer who can cast magic now. It's awesome. I've already killed the big jerk boss, so... Boom. Well, that's good. That's untarget lock our guy. Let him off the hook there. Fuck your arrows, bitch. That's what I think of your arrows. You can plunging attack while falling. And if you haven't killed that guy, basically you can plunge attack him from here to start off that fight by damaging him quite a bit. But he's already dead, so I don't need to do that. We just go out. And it opens the door. And then it's time to move on. Next video after the next cutscene. It's like, huh. Good job. Go straight ahead. The game developers left that. That's awesome. Huh. Maybe it's a message from a person. We'll revisit that perch later. Time for some Dark Souls transport.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Alright, we made it to Firelink Shrine. That's it. Like the video, subscribe, Cornkid out.